Hey everyone, it's Sunday. I I want to do a bit of an update about my food this week and stuff. And so I thought I'm about to go out, and I thought, well, I'll take you on a. Well, actually, I don't know if you'll be able to hear us over the wind because it's very windy here at the minute. But maybe you will. Maybe it'll be all right. So it's currently 1:30. I'm just finishing my cup of tea, and then I'm going to go out and enjoy the sun and the wind. Yeah. um, but anyway, as I said in the intro bit, that I wanted to talk about food really, and diet, weight loss. Diet, I hate that word. Healthier eating. Now, on and off over the past couple of, it's probably 2 months now, if not a bit longer. I've so lost track of days and times and years and months and all of that. But pretty much on and off over the past 2 months for definite, I would say. Like, my eating's been really bad. I was struggling a bit mentally, being very up and down. Up until, the past few, don't know how long it's been, the past 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, maybe a week, I don't know. Honestly, I'm so disorientated with times and how long has gone by, and yet it kind of feels a bit like this month has gone by quickly. Like, May, I can't believe we're having just about to have a second bank holiday already. Wish I could go in the pub. But yeah, I think, anyway, regardless of time frame, it doesn't really matter. Basically, obviously, feel a load better mentally. I wrote everything down, and it just made all the difference. I felt like it just fixed it, in a sense, just writing everything down. And I realised now that, although I don't know whether I was overeating to try and make myself feel better, because it didn't work, which is one thing. But I think also a lot of it was probably boredom, because, and I hate to say that I've been bored, or I was bored, considering, like, we have all sorts of technology out there that, you know, that gives you all sorts of ways and things that you can do. All, you know, from talking to people in different countries to doing jigsaws online, to watching God knows what and how many different films and movies, that's the same thing, yes, Leonie. TV programs, and there's just billions of things that you can do. But yet still, you know, there I was saying I was bored, or doing that sort of, it's a bit windy around the corner. Just that sigh of, like, you know what I mean? Anyway, this is when the pictures start about stuff and Annie. So, big ones of the fuchsia. It's about the one I know. The rest I don't know. Anyway, again, in a different direction. So, yeah, so I've started and stopped. I've, like, done a day or two healthier, and then ended up having a takeaway or whatever, or, you know, or a couple of bags of sweets. I mean, I would say I was probably having between 3,000 and 4,000 calories when I wasn't doing the day or two healthier, I decided to start again. But then after emptying my head and just getting it all out, even if it didn't make sense to me, and a lot of the times when I do that, I read them back, or I have read them back in the future, and didn't have a clue what I was on about either. So, but yeah, this past week I have stuck within. I didn't jump massively down. My maintenance calories is it's just under 2,500 from your maintenance calories. Obviously it goes by weight, height, level of movement, etc, etc. And I've kind of managed to do 2,200. I wanted to kind of not immediately cut right back, because normally I would cut like 600 off that and do like 1,800, sort of somewhere around there. But I wanted to not have such a big jump, so maybe it would help. It really seems like it's going to rain now, even though it was sunny before I left the house. Typical. Anyway, waffling again, Lenny. So so I've done 2,200, and I've done, you know, I've stuck with it completely. I did like me a week on my Fitness Pal, where I log all my food and stuff. It told us that my average for the week was 2130 something, but I know that I was under 2,200 on every day. My intention is to do that for another week, and then I'm going to drop it 50 calories, I think, just to stabilise myself. I feel much better anyway, and like I said, I don't know if it was some revert back to the old way of like, that's what I did for 30 years, you know, that's how I cope with things when things weren't quite working the way I wanted them to, and I didn't feel happy, but it didn't make us happy. It didn't, you know, didn't make it any better, and I think that was a big realisation, I think, even this far on from the start. So yeah, I feel much better about things. Oh, look at a kitty cat. Hello. Oh, hello. Oh, you're crying. Hi. You're lovely. Oh, it's lovely. You're nice. Yeah. I'm just watching where you've gone, but I can't see you. Oh, you turned back round. Oh, you're there. There you go. There you go. Oh, look at that face. Oh. You just wanting some strokes, are you? Isn't he lovely? Oh, Laura would love to get a cat. I mean, we've had them in the past, you know, but Jasper would just annoy the life out of it. We've got one next door, and she's lovely, and she's not in the slightest bit bothered. Going around that side now. All right, one strokes from this hand now. Oh, hello. Right, I'll reverse backwards because I don't want to like run them over accidentally, because that wouldn't be good, would it? But yeah, I think I've totally lost track of what the whole point of this video, kind of day in the life-ish thing was meant to be. I didn't really start it from this morning, I suppose. I just wanted to do some sort of update with regards to food, and I think more is a way of being accountable as well. So I'm going to add into this some of the pictures of some of the things I've had. As I said, I'm doing 2200, going to do that for another week. I will speak to you again in a week's time with regards to how that is going, and just, you know, again, be accountable. My intention is to keep cutting and doing, keep cutting it slightly till I get down to me start my usual cutting calories. Hi, it's now 10 to 6 at night. I thought I would just tell you a little bit. So I came back from me roll around. Roll around. Not literally, like I wasn't lying on the floor, just rolling around, but you know what I mean. Daily roll. And I went into the sitting room for a little while, came back in because my legs were stinging, because the obviously because because I get hoisted, I have to sit, can't get the words today. I have to sit on a sling that is used to hoist us in the air. This sling has a cut out gap on the bottom, which has got piped edging, and the piped edging digs into the lipedema in my leg. Now the lipedema is the hard lumps that swell, they become inflamed, they get aggravated, and it's very painful. It stings like, it stings like a burn stings, if that makes sense, and there's no getting away from it. So I only sat for about 2.5 hours in the wheelchair. Just before the lockdown happened, I was in the process of getting them changed to, like, so that there was no piping underneath us, if that makes sense. Well, hopefully that'll happen. Anyway, I've been watching Celebrity SAS. Really enjoyed it. Like, I think I'm watching the first series because I think there's 2 series now, but I'm watching the first series. Really pleased I'm not there doing that, because not that I'm a celebrity, obviously. Yeah, Leonie, just put yourself in there. You know what I mean. I just mean, like, I wouldn't want to do it. It's full on. And so yeah, so I've watched that, I've had my tea, and I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about yesterday's, that way. Sorry, I'm trying to put some space so I can put the pictures in that I wanted to. Anyway, so I just wanted to talk about yesterday's mental health live chat that I did. I wanted to say thank you again to everyone who came on the live. So Ashley, Ian, Andrew and David, and also thank you to everyone who commented below and, you know, allowed themselves to be honest, and I know sometimes it's not easy to do, to allow that vulnerability come through. So I wanted to do that. I also wanted to talk a little bit more about it, in that I tried to show this photo yesterday, I think, but I'll put it here. So this photo of me was on my mum and dad's anniversary. Did I try and show it yesterday, or was I talking to someone? Honestly, never mind. Anyway, so this photo here was my mum and dad's anniversary, nearly 8 years ago. It was their 40th anniversary, which had to be had at my house because I wouldn't leave the house. So everyone came to me, like, you know, close family, I mean. I was, by this time I was pretty much barely getting a wash or washing my hair or doing any type of normal care, brushing my teeth, anything like that. All I did really was stay in, night, eat, sleep, eat, you know what I mean? That was pretty much it. I'd somehow shove some clothes on and some earrings in and a necklace, but as you can see, although I'm smiling in the picture, it's very fake. I didn't really want the picture took. I allowed it because obviously it was my mum and dad's anniversary, and my sister took it. I destroyed the copy I had, but my sister didn't, hence how I've still got this picture. My hair was greasy, don't know how long I hadn't washed it for, could have been a year. I'd like to say that I was joking, but I'm not. You know, my skin, my eyebrows, there's just so many things by looking at that picture that I can see how, you know, and I absolutely detested who I was. I detested who I was, I detested how I looked. I thought my face was, I tried to explain this yesterday, you know them little puzzles you get, and you move it along and then you make the picture and there's one square missing, and that's how you're allowed to slide it round. Well, my face looked like that, but it was all mixed up. So before I really started gaining weight, I already had that sort of view of myself, and then obviously the weight just became an extra thing that then made us more of this ugly, disgusting monster that I thought I was, and that I was a horrible person, and I must be a horrible person because I was this disgusting, ugly monster. And this sort of just constant self-hate that went through my head. And in the early parts of it, before I became depressed, I guess, so I had some big events happen when I was 26, and that's when the depression started. Prior to that, I'd had relationships, but I was never happy with me in them. I think I was looking for happiness in them to make me happy, but you can't do that, you know. There's no, you know, someone can add to your happiness, but if you're not happy in you as you and love yourself, no one else can do that. No one else can make you feel good about you. Well, I mean, it can make you feel good, I guess, but it's kind of like a temporary thing. It's not real, because one, you know, in the past I had like partners and things that would have said nice things and whatnot, and I'd never believed them, you know. I never ever believed anything nice about myself, because I used to have that just whole perception in my head that I truly believed was true, that so therefore how could anything anyone else said to us, what, they were just being nice, you know. It's like, it was that kind of thing. So, and the second picture, obviously I was unaware I was taken, which I'll also put there. And it's just not, it just wasn't a happy person. Just wasn't happy, and you know, I was obviously very depressed and very sad and down, and I'd very much lost my way. And I think that, you know, I guess I just wanted to point out that, you know, that we are our own worst enemy. And if you have this constant self-hate and this constant unkindness to yourself, you allow things to happen to yourself, you allow people to treat you badly, and I think it's just I guess the reason I wanted to see it was that if you are having feelings, and if you're not confident in yourself, which we all aren't at times, you know what I mean, like, I'm not always confident, definitely not, but like I'm much more confident now than I've ever been, like, in my whole life, ever. Like, I still have odd days, I still have times where I feel a bit down on myself, or like, you know, one of the major issues in my life is like my leg's not working. I still have off days, you know. I just think if it's something that is not just an occasional thing, if it's a constant in terms of how you feel about yourself, how you feel about the way you look, how you feel about your life, your world, then find some help to change it, is what I'm saying. And by change it, I mean changing your mindset, because when you look at something, if you can't change something, there's nothing I can do about my knees. It's not that I'm going to get up and walk tomorrow. It's not that if I put the work in, it'll work. If that was the case, I'd have done it. So I had to accept it. I had to accept, so it's changing your viewpoint. So on that side of things, and if you need help to change that viewpoint, in terms of it's something that's deep rooted, that's consistent, that's always happening, then look for that help. I'll put links on that other video, but there's all sorts of places, you know, and in certain areas. If you Google in the area that you live, if you're hurting, I think that's what I'm trying to say, because that's, I think, what the pain of how I felt and everything was blocked out by food for me, obviously, to the point that it affected me a great deal. And I think I just I just wanted to try and say that something in your mind that's not working correctly, that's being blurred, and it can be fixed, it can be changed. So go and seek help, and start off by speaking to a friend or someone you know. It can get better, and it does change, and I feel like I'm proof of that. I feel like I care about me now, and I love who I am, and I don't think that's, you know, to love yourself isn't a bad thing. It's a great thing. And you know, I know I've got faults, you know, like, but I accept them and I embrace them, and yeah. and you can feel good about yourself too, and that's what I'm trying to say here. After someone who's had, you know, over 30 years of not being good, of not being confident, of always been like a failure, of always feeling like I was ugly, like I was a monster, like I was this huge, massive, and even when I wasn't like the size I got to, even at a size 12, 14, I felt huge and massive, and it was all wrong. It was all just the demons and stuff, you know. I don't know what I'm trying to, I know what I'm trying to say, but I'm much better talking to someone. Like, if I had someone there, it'd be much easier to have that interaction kind of thing. But yeah, the pictures before, obviously the weight loss is one thing, don't get us wrong, but the weight loss compared to how much my mind is changed is nothing. Like, I would like, if someone said to us, you can gain the weight back, or you can gain the way you thought back, I would gain the weight back like that. That's, you know, I'd gain it doubly, to be honest. I never want to go back to feel how I felt. And because of my mindset changing. It's allowing us to improve on those things and work through those things. Not perfectly, because no one is perfect. There's no perfection. You know, it's about appreciating and realizing that what you're doing and how you're doing is great. You can only do your best. You can only try as hard as you can. And when you do fall, if you do fall, you can get back up and start again. No guilt, no nothing. Just feeling better and moving forward and keeping on sort of thing. This other photo is my birthday, and I think it just shows like my face. I was happy, and you could truly see it. It's just the difference in it, and I'm happy now, obviously. But I genuinely just feel so much better, and I think that's what I want people to know, that you can, you know, we've all got our flaws, we've all got our issues, but you can feel better. Yeah, you can all, David. Shouting at the end. This is probably the end of my it's not really a vlog, is it, but it's a kind of a day thing. Just a bit of waffle, or just bits of whatever. But yeah, I will catch you next time. Bye bye. And if you would like to, please like and subscribe and press the bell and leave a comment and yeah, say hello. Bye bye now.